Hey everybody, good afternoon. It's very hot where I'm at. We're having a heat wave here in Tijuana, Mexico. There's a lot going on. It's a tough time. It's a tough year. We're getting close to probably the most important election in America's history right now. And Democrats are going crazy. They're going crazy. They really are. They don't know what to do with themselves. They really don't. They don't know what to do with themselves. They keep accusing the president of blocking the U.S. Post Office. Obviously, they're accusing him of voter interference because that's what they do, guys. That's what they do when people can't get their way. And I've learned, somebody told me that everything I've gone through recently has been nothing more than a learning experience, right? And I got to tell you that there was a friend of mine who went through a lot with the media a couple years ago. He was obviously new to all of this. He had no idea what the media was capable of. And he went through it. He went through a lot. He went through really awful experiences with the media. The media came down on him hard. And I remember watching it and I remember learning from it. Hi, Jim. Good afternoon. I remember learning about the media and how disgusting and vicious and dishonest and manipulative and lying and everything they can be. So this was back in 2016 approximately. He had a really bad experience with the media. We talked about it a lot. It was discussed a lot between us. And when my turn came to face the media, I was ready. I was like, nah, that ain't gonna work with me. They tried getting me a few times, my interviews were so good they wouldn't even air them sometimes. I was interviewed by CNN 5 times. I think one of them, a small piece of one, was aired because they couldn't twist my interviews. I was recently interviewed too, and I haven't seen it yet. I don't know I don't know what they're gonna do with it, but I haven't seen it yet. By a national media channel, obviously, and I haven't seen it yet. But anyway, so what I'm saying is that I learned a lot about how disgusting the media can be because one of my friends went through it. He had first experience with the media as far as how they twist your words, how they take sound bites, how they make fun of you, how they will take anything you say against and use it against you, right? And I was lucky to have this person in my life prior to me going absolutely viral and having like literally dozens of channels contacting me and wanting to interview me and wanting to get me on something as far as, going against Trump or sounding stupid. It was impossible for them to get sound bites from me. They just were not able to do it. So they had to start making stuff up. The New York Times made up, and then they recalled it, of course, The New York Times made up that I was harassing some migrants at the border when I still have them, they're just not up. I had dozens of videos where you could see me not only helping these migrants because, I understand we don't want them crossing into America illegally, but we also don't want them starving, on the streets of Tijuana, little toddlers starving on the streets. But they had to make up that I was harassing these migrants, and I was recently asked about that, and because they asked me about 2 incidents. They said, is it true that, you had an incident in Yuma, Arizona, where things got, kind of out of hand, and there was a child, like a 15-year-old child involved or whatever? I said, yeah, that was true. People shouldn't be coming in illegally. However, that was not the right approach. It was out of character for me. It should have never happened, and that was true. And then they asked me, is it true that you were harassing some migrants at the border in Tijuana a couple years ago, meaning Maria Mesa, right, and the tear gas children? I said, that was an absolute lie. I was out there helping that woman find an apartment so she could move in with her toddlers, so she could move in with her, with her entire family. She had a family of 6. And I was getting her, clothing out there, getting her water, getting her food, trying to come up with money so we could find her an apartment. We were going from place to place. So that's a far stretch from harassing someone. And I said, no, that was an absolute lie. It's something that the New York Times and KPBS had to make up because they couldn't find anything to get me on. I was a big enemy to them. I was a huge enemy to them. One of the San Diego Tribune reporters told me, Paloma, it was because of you that the mainstream media was obligated to report the truth of what was going on in Tijuana 2 years ago. If it wasn't because of your videos going viral, they would have reported whatever they wanted. So this is what the media does. And now what they're doing now, they're saying that President Trump is interfering. Hi, Terry. That President Trump is interfering with the post office, trying to block democracy, trying to block, mail-in ballots. Of course. I mean, think of the huge possibility there is for fraud when you have something in the hands of just one organization handling it all, and as opposed to having being divided by districts, by voting locations, and having more accountability for each vote. Thank you, Terry. Thank you so much. Everybody say hi to Terry. She's a big supporter of mine. Thank you for always being so supportive, and thank you for everything, Terry. Seriously, especially now. And they start making stuff up. They start accusing the president of crimes. They start accusing people of stuff they are doing. They start projecting. So I've learned a lot of, as a personal experience of what it is that they do. I'm very familiar with the leftist tactics, with their lies, with their deceit, with their false accusations. Because you know what? At the end of the day, when they can't come up with anything, they just start making stuff up. They start making stuff up when they can't come up with anything. The same way they've done with me. They can't come up with anything. I mean, they literally recently had to lie to a court over and over about me because after all the accusations they've made against me, they can't find one to be true. They've called the FBI. They've called this one. They've called that one. They've called Department of Homeland Security. They can't find anything. Nothing. And that's the same thing they're doing with Trump. What happened to Trump's taxes? Weren't they very, persistent with his taxes just a month ago? What happened with that? What did they find? Nothing? Was it going to make him look worse for being stalkers of his taxes than what he actually did? Or was he, whatever? So, anyway, this is what the left does. And the media, same thing. I keep reading the post over and over and over saying, the post office has to be investigated. Trump has to be investigated. He should go to prison. He should go, blah, blah, blah. This is what they do. When they can't find another way to bring you down. Okay? They've been trying to do this with the president for the past 5 years since he announced he was running for president. Okay? They've tried everything and nothing works. We have to step it up, guys. The 2020 election is right around the corner, like literally right around the corner. We have 82 days. It was 84 a couple days ago, so I believe it's 82 days, 82 days. This is probably the most important election in history for America. America's future, guys, is at stake more than it was in 2016 because they didn't see a wave coming. They didn't see the winning by a landslide coming from President Trump. Okay, that's why they've tried everything that they tried. I mean, think of how they've accused him recently, or tried to accuse him of killing thousands of people when the pandemic had nothing to do with him. Okay, so. And if anything, it's China's fault. China was behind all this, or China's responsible, and China's also responsible for not being honest. So anyway, get out there, guys. Keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing. Get involved. Share on your personal pages. Share the truth. If 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people see this video and each one of you shares it to 100 people, think of the reach that it can have. Think of how it works, okay? So keep sharing. And right now, it's the most important time in history for you to get involved, for you to spread the truth, okay? And not only that, but to step it up. If you have to post 20 times a day, post 20 times a day. The future of America is at stake, and we cannot back down. Exactly, the China virus. We cannot back down no matter what. Right now is the time, okay? Share this video, share this video, share this video, and help others understand that people like me, okay, who are immigrants from Mexico are some of the strongest supporters for the president. Okay, he's not a racist. We don't feel discriminated against by him, and we stand with him and we thank him for everything he's done for America. And we stand with him. And November 3rd, we're getting out to vote. Everybody needs to get out to vote. Not mail-in ballots. People need to get out and vote for the president. Okay, one more time. We have to get him reelected. Trump 2020, guys. Bye.